CCTV's Yang Rui interviewed Lee Kuan Yew in 2011. Their conversation was wide-ranging and gave great insight into Lee's mind. Here's a portion of that interview.
Mr. Lee, you are called far and wide founding father of Singapore and the architect of the Singaporean miracles one way or another. Now, you have completely retired from your politics here. Tell us briefly the legacy that you expect the People's Action Party to inherit from you and your experiences.
I took this country from a very low base in the third world, and in 30 to 40 years, gradually transformed it into a first world country. And now it's gone on to a different leadership, and new problems crop up because people believe that what has been achieved is always secure. I don't believe that is so. I believe once you have weak, ineffective government, the whole progress you have made will spiral downwards. But the majority of people believe it is secure for them, so now they have ideas about the West, two-party system. First world parliament must have two parties. A first world country, the argument is simple. A first world country must have a first world parliament. A first world parliament must have a first world opposition. Then you can change sides. I think if ever we go down that road, I'll be very sorry for Singapore.
Is that a sense of constant insecurity that has inspired you to shape your own vision and perceptions about where Singapore should be going?
Yes, of course. It is so small, so open to the outside world and outside forces, and it's vulnerable. So there's always to be alert to whichever forces are at work, and when the forces are in your favor, use it. Take the wind and sail with it. If it is against you, bring your sails down and wait for the wind to pass.
Mr. Lee, you said earlier that the Chinese Communist Party and the People's Action Party share a similar cultural background. However, China is far bigger in size than Singapore, and yet China seems to stand ready to learn from your successful experiences. In what particular area do you think we can learn from your legacy in running your economy and the society?
No, China comes to Singapore to learn specific areas of management, not to learn how we govern our country, because China has its own concepts, its own principles of how it will govern China. But it finds us interesting for the way we have managed to keep the city orderly, to keep the city clean, to keep the people happy with their conditions, everybody with homes, and therefore no anger, no angst, because you can't find a home. It will take you to work a lifetime to get a home. I think this is a problem which you have not solved yet. But it's because you, very early on, did not have what we had, a housing and development board where the government undertook this responsibility. And we made sure that we acquired sufficient land, and we were able to build and give every family a home at affordable prices.
And that was our CCTV's Yang Rui actually talking with Lee Kuan Yew in 2011. We just